You let me down like an elevator, and I knew it was optional. You didn't write it like Stephen King, hand broke in a hospital. I write darker, Jordan Peele with the horror, or is it Gangstar, a daily operation? Cops calling you, is that cooperation? Operation.
So I called this song Cornbread on an Elephant. If you didn't know, like, I started as a graffiti writer, but in the summers when I was younger, and like Christmas break, I would go visit my grandma and grandpa in Philly. So for me with graffiti, like, my style was Chicago and Philly. So I learned how to do like the tall tags and all that. So it's kind of like a homage to that, but I hit it with Cornbread, you know, the Philly writer that wrote on the elephant at the zoo. And I was like, all right, you know, some hip hop trivia in there. But, you know, when we were listening to the beat and kind of coming up, I was like, oh man, you know, let's try this on the hook, you know. And then, you know, Wes played around with it, then we got what we got. And it was like definitely the animal vibe to it. Then like how he ended his verse, you know, worked with it as well. But it's like that beat just, you know, I was just like, man, that'd be a crazy title to go with the beat, you know. Jeremiah J did his thing. My day-to-day grind, you know, with the Englewood Arts Collective, it's just, you know, taking me back to how I started. Like, I grew up, you know, in an art center, teaching class, taking classes, throwing parties there, throwing concerts there. So, you know, with the Englewood Arts Collective, it's kind of doing some of those same things, you know, with the murals and all that. But some of the stuff that I talk about in the album is definitely on brand with like Englewood Arts Collective, of talking about the disinvestment in our community and, you know, being the change you want to see. And also changing, you know, what happens when you Google Englewood. Like the News Camera song kind of talks about the two sides of the coin when media portrays our neighborhood, you know. I think the single most, you know, exciting thing in Chicago was just, you know, it's weird because everybody can record now. Everybody has a studio to a point, you know, but I do see more people coming together, working together. And then, you know, some of the outlets like Purple Box is really dope of making videos for artists, you know. And a lot of times he's doing it just because he really rocks with the music, you know. No, like him charging people. But I mean, he does do paid work as well. But, you know, his platform really spotlighting all types of rap from Chicago and NFO ciphers as well, spotlighting all types of Chicago. And, you know, my thing, CTA Radio as well. You could see a lot of the different Chicago and national artists that I'm rocking with, you know, trying to support on Instagram, you know. Well, I mean, I went to Wes's studio on the north side of Chicago, and I was finishing up the Fat Freddy's Drop EP with DJ Vadim, the Electric Drop, and I think it was maybe like the last record, and you know, Wes was recording me, but then I was like, hey man, you know, because me and him, like, we're studio rats, so like we'll sit there, record a song, and then play each other a bunch of like stuff that hasn't come out yet, and showing me new toys he got, you know, to work with sound and that, and you know, vice versa. So I pulled out that beat and we both were just like, yeah, let's write this right now. So I mean, we did it all on the spot, chopped up the hook, all that right on the spot. But I mean, Jeremiah J's beat, man, I mean, it made it right itself, you know. Them verses flew out, you know, and I really like the vibe of it. And, you know, I think maybe 2 takes each, if that. And, you know, we were off and running, man. That's like definitely like one of my favorite tracks on the album. And it seems like a lot of people are, you know, really resonating with that sound, that vibe. My name is Pugs Atomz, Southside Chicago, Englewood, Hyde Park, South Shore, the Hundreds, all that. But this is music you haven't heard yet. And again, it's your real Pete.